Viewers, we've spoken about the technology, we've spoken about the global south, we've spoken about the key aspects of how the foreign policy doctrine under Prime Minister Modi has undergone a sea change. But in terms of the big wins, the big milestones, I want to now get Ambassador Tirumurti, someone who understands diplomacy, the kind of wins that India has been able to make, and the outreach that also, of course, includes the Middle East. Ambassador Tirumurti, let me first start by asking you about the big highlights of Modi diplomacy, and then I'm going to ask about the Middle East region, because that is where a lot of gain has been made. But first, the highlights, according to you, of Prime Minister Modi's tenure in the last 11 years and the foreign policy impact that his government has had.
No, I think the foreign policy has become more muscular, and India has been put on the world map more forcefully and with greater credibility. And also we have defined our national interests, I think, more sharply. Because, you know very well, this 10 years or so has not been very easy years. They've been actually very difficult years. And I think we have done reasonably well in these last decade. We have, faced very big threats and challenges very successfully.
The one area that I do want to, of course, also impress more on is the Middle East, an area that you understand very well. One where India has cultivated its relationships, strengthened the ones that it had. And according to you, what has been the kind of ramifications and impact that this has had, the persistent diplomatic efforts that have been made in this region?
No, you're right. That is one of our bright points in our foreign policy. The transformation of our relations with the Gulf is phenomenal. It interestingly coincided with the ambition of the Gulf countries themselves to start playing a more robust role in regional and international affairs. So there was a very happy synergy of views. And let me say, this is one area where Prime Minister Modi has personally invested a lot in the relationship. He has visited all the Gulf countries, and in some countries, actually, he's visited for the first time ever as a Prime Minister of India, for example, Bahrain or probably in Kuwait as well. So, at this point, we enjoy some of the best bilateral relations with them. See, traditionally, we had ties with the Gulf. You recall, to the diaspora, the remittances, in energy and trade, which is really a buyer-seller relationship. But I think in the last decade, we have gone much beyond that.
All right, I'm going to leave it there, Ambassador Tirumurti, as far as India's Gulf outreach and the impact it is having in terms of our ability to now be part of and be on the high chair around the world.